Good morning. Welcome to the International Conference on Geographical Studies 2022. This is the second year that we are conducting this international event on a virtual platform. For this year, the theme of the conference is Emotional Geography's Passion in the Geographical. My name is Kathy Ilustre, a member of the Philippine Geographical Society Board of Trustees, and I will be the host for the opening ceremonies of the ICGS 2022. During this session, you may use the Zoom reactions button to applaud, use an emoji, or give a heart to our guest speakers so that we can all have some active participation. The Zoom reactions button is along the same line of tools where you can access the chat box. So let's give that a try. Using the Zoom reactions button, please choose an emoji that could describe your emotion this morning. So I can see some of the emojis with hearts in their eyes. Everyone's looking excited, thumbs up, heart emojis. And I can see some of you also channeling your spirit animal as we go through this journey of emotional geographies for this particular conference. So thank you for your participation. Now, for this opening ceremony, we, of course, want to express our warm welcome and appreciation to our conference attendees. And we will do this through a series of welcome messages from the organizers, the Philippine Geographical Society, and UP Department of Geography, and of course, our guest speakers. To start off with the welcome messages, I would like to call the president of the Philippine Geographical Society, Professor EMMANUEL Garcia.
Thank you, Ma'am Cathy. Isang emosyonal at espesyal na araw sa ating lahat. A very special day to everyone. On behalf of the Philippine Geographical Society and the UP Department of Geography and the organizing committee, I am ecstatic to welcome everyone to the International Conference on Geographical Studies 2022. The pandemic unequivocally recast our spatial interactions and everyday geographies. It has redefined our ways of doing, and it is through this that we draw inspiration for the theme of this conference. ICGS 2022, Emotional Geographies, Passion in the Geographical, is premised on multiple geographies that stems from our everyday interactions and showcased through the different lens of geographical inquiry. ICGS 2022 boasts of a wide-ranging thematic discussions covered in 2 plenary sessions, 18 panel sessions, a record high of 57 paper presentations, and a book forum for the publication of Dr. Christian Carlos Sagin's Urban Ecologies on the Edge, Making Manila's Resource Frontier. In addition, the annual assembly of the Philippine Geographical Society and election of its Board of Trustees for 2023 will also form part of the event. I would like to extend my sincerest appreciation to the ICGS 2022 Ad Hoc Committee, the 2022 PGS Board of Trustees, UP Department of Geography, Social Sciences and Philosophy Research Foundation, PSSC, Junior Philippine Geographical Society, UP Diliman, our student volunteers, and to everyone who came together to ensure the success of ICGS 2022. May this conference steer our emotions to become passionate about geography. Happy ICGS 2022 and mabuhay tayong lahat.
Thank you, Professor Garcia. Of course, you started the welcome messages with so much emotions. I am actually particularly interested to see how our attendees would respond to your call to be passionate about geography. And I'm sure we'll see some emotions in the sessions in the next 2 days. Now, in this very spatial gathering of geographers and those who are interested in the field, the PGS has worked in close collaboration with the UP Department of Geography in planning and organizing the ICGS. As such, I would like to respectfully call on the chair of the UP Department of Geography, Professor Joseph Palis.
Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, everyone. Good morning and good evening to other participants who are in other parts of the world. A heartfelt welcome to everyone. We welcome you for this year's conference on emotional geographies to accommodate a whole range of non-representational aspects of our lives through the activist work of cultural and feminist geographers who intervened in bringing affect and emotion to our scrutiny and as a worthy intellectual investigation. But more than just about feelings, emotional geography is best deployed too as an analytical tool and framework to understand our being in the world. These conferences, individual presentations, panels, plenary sessions, and book launch were endeavored to make visible the many stories that were not given the platform that they deserve. So welcome, and we are glad that you are passionate to be part of our journey. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Palis, for highlighting that we can also use emotions as analysis tools in our exploration and understanding of geography. Now, within the UP system, the Department of Geography is part of the College of Social Sciences and Philosophy. Please welcome our next speaker who will be giving a warm message this morning, the Dean of CSSP, Dr. Maria Bernadette Abrera.
Thank you. Magandang araw sa lahat and warm greetings to the organizers and participants of the 2022 International Conference on Geographical Studies. This year's theme focuses on emotional geographies, following from the subject of the previous conference on the geographies of care. Many years ago, there was a feature article about an actress recalling the acting test that she underwent with the renowned Philippine filmmaker Lino Broca. They were on the set of a large house, which in the film was her childhood home. She was supposedly coming home after a long absence, with everyone gone, and the camera would follow her as she moved across the rooms of her house, focusing on her face as it registered the various emotions of her memories of the house and her family. That was quite a test for any actor. This story comes to mind as this conference seeks to move us through the various spaces that we inhabit and move through in our lives, in consonance with the emotions that we associate and assign to those places, using scholarship focused on the theoretical and substantive elements of emotion, space, and society. Considering our current condition, when we are hopefully finally emerging from the pandemic that has gripped the world and our lives for more than 2 years, emotional geographies can indeed be applied to the study of health and well-being. Likewise, we in the Philippines early this year went through a searing political campaign to elect our national leaders, a campaign that imbued our towns and cities with emotions as much as with politics, as seen in Pasiglaban, Leniwanag ang Silangan, among others. Indeed, we stamp with our feelings, our hopes and dreams, all the places that we occupy as individuals and as communities, whether in a temporary or permanent manner. Geographies have emotional content because it is occupied by people, and we link our human emotional relations to the spaces where these connections occur. In other fields of the social sciences, the Department of History has begun working on the history of emotions. Death and grief, friendship, loneliness, and homesickness have been studied to add a layer of analysis in the formation of the nation. The Department of Psychology naturally tackles the emotions. Emotions also abound in life milestones such as marriage and death, bringing in ethnographies to the field. We had already noted politically charged emotions. The interdisciplinary nature of the study of emotions is therefore evident at the outset. It is our hope that more interdisciplinary studies will arise from this conference on geographical studies. Congratulations to the organizers, the Department of Geography, the Philippine Geographic Society. We wish you a very productive conference. Mabuhay!
Thank you, Dr. Abrera, for your welcome message and for reminding us how our emotions are actually associated with places and spaces. Now, in preparing for this conference, the organizing committee collaborated with other organizations in order to bring this conference to fruition. One such organization is the Philippine Social Science Council. It is a privilege to introduce the Executive Director of the PSSC. Please welcome Dr. Lourdes Portus.
I just turn on my camera. There you are. Yeah. Thank you so much, Kathy. Very well modulated, nice voice and nice spacing. Anyway, I'd like to acknowledge the Dean of the College of Social Sciences and Philosophy, Maria Bernadette Abrera, the Philippine Geographical Society President, Dr. Emmanuel Garcia, Chair of the Department of Geography, Dr. Joseph PALIS, distinguished guests, the indefatigable men and women behind this 2022 International Conference on Geographical Studies, participants of this conference, ladies and gentlemen, isa pong magandang umaga sa inyong lahat. It is my second time to join the opening ceremonies of this international conference. I wish to express my profound gratitude to PGS for inviting me again and for giving me the opportunity to educate myself on what geographers do. The first time I attended, I was awed at the expanse of topics being dissected by geographers, who I thought were confined to land, earth, and maps. So physical na physical, no? But geography pala can be something abstract and intangible. Last year's theme was something novel to me, geographies of care given by geographers to our society to solve our problems. The conference indeed successfully featured the human dimension in the studies done by geographers. And now I am even more mesmerized with the topic, emotional geographies, a topic I am passionate about as a social scientist. Being one, I am glad to know that the issue of affect or emotion has significantly gained the attention of geographers. It is a policy turn in geography, so to speak, as it enhances the field's relevance and role in a world that is saddled with climate change problems, war and pandemic, political conflicts, and extreme poverty in third world countries. How do we solve all these tribulations? What is the role of affect and emotions in our pursuit of a better world? Kay Anderson of Durham University and Susan Smith of Edinburgh University say in their book that the human world is constructed and lived through emotions. Connecting this to our task as social scientists and researchers, to me this means that we do research not looking like bloody inquisitors, elite gate crossers in subject communities, prisoners of the cult of technology, enamored with numbers and reducing our participants into quantities. We should rather be perceptive of the emotional dimensions of their living, their culture, and their sensitivities. We should recognize and privilege emotional relations which shape society and space. We note that the way places and spaces have been organized and formed can actually impact upon people's emotions, including their way of living and relationships. Our research participants' emotional lives bear upon how they interact with their neighbors and coworkers. They are molded with the places they move through every day of their lives. That is why geographers use tools such as maps to demonstrate relationships, networks, and resources. But maps are not the maps that we know. Even the 3D maps, participatory maps, and geographical sensors are now supplemented by emotional maps, which even allow researchers to get enmeshed in the data construction process and collection of information related to their emotional links with their environment. I think you call that geoparticipation, no? An idea that is grounded within geography, where spatial tools are used in order to involve citizens in data collection, decision-making, and community participation. Baka yung next theme, baka geoparticipation. Anyway, thus in doing our research, together with them, we look at their milieu as mediated by feelings as we jointly examine how relationships between people and landscapes create emotionally significant data or findings. Emotions are increasingly central to the study in the social sciences, in this case, in geography. Emotions have been recognized for their important role in shaping not only what the world is, but also how it comes to be this way. This work has clear implications for development studies. So I'd like to congratulate the organizers for providing a venue to learn new and progressive concepts in geography. It will be really exciting to listen to the studies that will be presented in this conference. So to all participants, enjoy the harvest of new insights and wishing you all success in scrutinizing emotional geographies. Thank you. Mabuhay po kayong lahat.
Thank you very much, Dr. Portus, for such a passionate welcome message and for reiterating the importance of emotions in the social sciences and particularly in the field of geography. Now, after hearing all the wonderful and uplifting welcome messages from our esteemed guests, speakers, we will now proceed to a presentation on what this conference is all about and how we are expected to interact and participate in this virtual space. For this, please welcome one of the coordinators of the ICGS, Mr. Timothy James Cipriano.
Thank you very much, Kathy. Good morning, afternoon, or evening to our participants, wherever you are in the world. On behalf of the Board of Trustees of the Philippine Geographical Society and the members of the Ad Hoc Committee, I would like to welcome you once again to the International Conference on Geographical Studies 2022. For the second time around, the ICGS will be held online as we continue to navigate through the challenges of the COVID-19 pandemic. To make the most out of this online conference, there are a few things that I wish to walk you through. First, we have the following house rules that govern our conference. Next slide, please. First, please be reminded to keep your microphones on mute during the session to avoid unnecessary background noise. Our plenary sessions will be simultaneously streamed in the UP Department of Geography YouTube channel. For this year's ICGS, our Q&A or question and answer sessions are going to be facilitated through Slido. This is a very unique one. We would like to encourage everyone to participate in our discussion by typing in your questions, comments, or reactions using the said platform. Instructions on how to do that will be provided once we get to the open forum portion of the session. Also, please note that the conference is being recorded for documentation purposes. Please take note that whenever you get disconnected from the main session, you can always be joined by using the same link provided to you by our secretariat. You see the next slide, please. Next slide. Now let us proceed to our program. The ICGS will be a 2-day conference that includes 2 plenary sessions, 6 parallel sessions, and a book forum. The plenary sessions will be streamed by the UP Department of Geography YouTube channel, while our parallel sessions will be recorded for documentation purposes. For the panel sessions, we will be using the breakout rooms here in Zoom. You can choose which session you wish to attend by joining that breakout room. If ever you encounter problems in joining our parallel sessions or have difficulties in moving from one breakout room to another, please let our student volunteers and organizers know to assist you. The schedules of our succeeding parallel sessions, as well as the ongoing sessions, will be posted in our main room for your guidance. One of the highlights of the second day of ICGS is the General Assembly of the Philippine Geographical Society. During the assembly, the 2023 Board of Trustees will be elected. As such, we are encouraging all members in good standing to attend our General Assembly and participate in the election. Members in good standing are those who have submitted their membership forms and have paid the membership fee. Please take note that the conference fee will serve as a membership fee for the upcoming year. The Junior Philippine Geographical Society will facilitate the election. For more information on the nomination process, please visit the link that will be shared with you later. You will be continuously updated as the conference progresses. Right after the PGS General Assembly, a book forum will take place featuring Dr. Christian Saging's newly published book entitled Urban Ecologies on the Edge, Making Manila's Resource Frontier. We will have Dr. Saging to talk about his book along with 2 other discussants. We would like to encourage our participants to register to the book forum to receive a Zoom link to the said event. You may visit our official social media page for more details. Wherever you are, or should I say, wherever you may be attending this conference, we hope that you are doing well. Again, on behalf of the Philippine Geographical Society, I wish to thank you for being with us, and I hope you enjoy this 2-day conference.
Thank you, Mr. Cipriano, for sharing how we can make the most out of our experience in attending and participating in this conference. We sure have a lot of activities during this 2-day event, and I'm sure we will find a lot of things that we will be interested about and feel emotional about as well. And that concludes the opening ceremonies of the International Conference on Geographical Studies 2022. Thank you for your attendance in this session, and I hope that you will enjoy this 2-day gathering that will highlight the experiences and practices of emotional geographies. The next part of the program is the first plenary session, originally scheduled at 9:30 this morning. But we need to resolve some of the technical difficulties that we are encountering. So we'll have a quick 15-minute break and we'll resume by 9:45 so that we can start with the first